Hello everybody, welcome back to April's on a Budget. I'm April and today I'm going to be doing part 2 of I'm just starting to cash stuff. What do I do? So this is going to be part 2, and in this part, in the last part, I showed how I would budget my money if my income were $1,000 every 2 weeks. This is what I would do to budget my money. And at the end of that, if you remember, I was left with $250. That was what I had left over. So I'm going to count my money and make sure that that's in fact what I have. So I have 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I have $250. So what I want to do is I want to break that down into weekly amounts. So in week 1, I'm going to put half, and in week 2, I'm going to put the other half, which means that in each week I need $125. So I'm going to put 50, 70, 90, 110, 125. And this I'm going to put into week 2, which gives me a whole week to break this money down into fives, because I will need to do that. And then into week 1, and I'm going to count it again just because you have to double count, triple count, and quadruple count to make sure you get this right. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 25. So in week 1, I'm going to have $125. I'm not going to put that in there because I'm going to cash stuff that one. So this one, I'm going to leave in there until next week. But the other one, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to cash stuff it because that's what I'm here for. Yes. So the first thing that I'm going to need if I'm going to cash stuff is envelopes. Now, again, and I can't stress this enough, please, if you're starting out cash stuffing, do not go and invest a ton of money on things like binders and envelopes and all of that. If you really want a binder, they sell them at Temu for like $6, $7. You can buy them on Amazon for like $15. So please don't go spend $50 or $60 on a personalized binder. It's a waste of money. Don't do it. Anyway, so what I did was I just took some stickers because I didn't want to wreck any envelopes. And this is the envelopes that I'm going to put in my wallet. So this is the money that is going to be my spending money that goes in my purse every single week. Okay, so for dining, I budgeted for myself. So takeout food, I budgeted myself $20. Now, I'm always going to do this in fives as much as I can. And my reason for that is because I just find it's better to, how can I put this? If I have a $5 bill, I'm just less inclined to, like, I want to spend no more than $1.5. It's easier for me to hang on to $1.5 than it is a 20. If I spend a 20, then it's like, well, I have a 20, I might as well spend 18. But if I only want to use 2 5s, then sometimes I will, opt to buy something a lot cheaper. So I prefer to break my money down into 5s if at all possible. So that is what I set aside for dining. For shopping, so this is spending. I didn't have spending sticker, so I just put shopping. So for shopping, spending, again, I'm going to cash stuff $20. And this is going to last me for an entire week. $20. Sounds easy, but it's not. It's easy now, but it wasn't easy when I started. All right, so that's going to be my spending. And then for miscellaneous, I'm going to give myself $10. Weekly. Oh, goodness. See, even when I'm faking it, I can't get into the envelopes. All right, so I'm going to put $10. So now this is the 3 envelopes that I'm going to put in my purse and forget about them until the next time I leave the house and go shopping. So that's where I got to put these somewhere where I'm not going to lose them. Okay, because, that is actual money. Okay, now my binder. So what I've done is I have put my variable sinking funds and my savings all in one binder. just for the sake of trying to save money, because I don't want to go and invest in a bunch of different binders and all of that and then start cash stuffing and realize you don't like it. Now you've got all these binders and nothing to do with them. So please start small. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to put into is going to be pets. So each week, or this week, I'm going to put $20 into my pets. Into clothing, I'm going to give myself $5 for clothing. For entertainment, I'm going to give myself, so this is fun. I didn't have a fun sticker. And I just put these on the back of old trackers that I had, or dashboards that I had, just because I didn't want to I don't want to wreck the envelope. So for fun, I gave myself $20. And then for gifts, so this is going to be Christmas. I didn't have a Christmas one. So now this is my savings. So you may want to have some sort of a dashboard here. I personally would rather have a dashboard of some sort here. That's going to separate the two. So for gifts, I'm going to put $10 because that is the weekly amount that I have set aside for gifts. And then for emergency fund, I'm going to put in $5. And then for the vet, I'm going to put in $5. And then for home, I'm going to put in $5. Now, if you remember correctly from the last video, I did have $5 left over. And I said that what I would do is each week I would decide where I want to put that $5. So it's going to go in here somewhere. Now that could change every week. I could just, yeah, it doesn't matter. It goes wherever you think it should go. So in my case, I'm going to put, going by priority, I'm going to put this $5 into pets this week because I just feel like, you know, you never, oh, not that one, sorry. That's my sinking fund. This is why it's better if you have a divider. So I'm going to put it here in pet vet because, you know, you want to have more than $5 saved for your pet. What if there's an emergency? What if they have something medical happen? So you want to build that one up as quickly as possible. So that's why I'm putting $5 in that one because, you know, I just want to make sure that they're protected. And that's it. So that would be the end of my week 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a whole week since the last time I saw you. So what have I done this week? So I'm now on a new week in, oops, I have money here. I'm now on a new week in my budget. So I could flip the page. Oh, I'm not changing anything here because don't forget this is every 2 weeks. This is every 2 weeks and this is every 2 weeks. So the only thing that is changing is this and this, okay? So on my new week, my spending is going to be, I'm giving myself $20. My takeout, I'm giving myself $20, so we'll just go fast food. For a miscellaneous, I'm giving myself $10. That is not changing. And then, new line, in my sinking funds, I'm giving my pets $20. And then I'm going to give fun $20. And I'm giving clothing $10. And then over here in Christmas, I am giving $20. And then in emergency fund, I am giving $10. And then vet, I am also giving $10. And, oh, sorry, that's a total lie. This is 10, this is 5, and this is 5. And then for home, I'm also putting $5. So if you remember, in total, I need $125. So that is what I'm going to grab out of my week 2, which should still be there, although by magic, it's now not a $50 bill. So I have managed to make change. So I'm going to take that money out, and this should be $125. So I have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 25. Okay. So we're going to set that aside. But before we start cashing everything, what did I spend this week? Well, let's see. So this is the envelopes that I put in my purse that are for spending. It's for my spending money for the week. So how did I do this week? So for shopping, what do I have left? Let's just dump it out. Oh no, no bills. I did not do that great. So in total, I have $2, 50, 60, 70, 75, 85, 95, $3.05. So I started off with, for my spending, I started off with $20. I have left $3.05, which means that I spent $16.95. So that is not ideal, but I am going to just put a diagonal line here, and I'm going to say that left over, I have $3.05. And then I'm just going to set that money aside. Now in Dine Out, how did I do this week for Dine Out? Well, I did a little better than I did for spending. So in my Dine Out, I have, that is now empty, I have 5, 6, 80. So I have $6.80. That's what I have left over. So I started with fast food. I started with $20. I have $6.85 left, which means my total spending this week on fast food was $13.15. Not ideal, but not the end of the world. Okay, so let's go $6.80. So that is what I have left over from fast food. So again, I'm just going to set all of that money aside. Now in my miscellaneous, what did I spend? So miscellaneous, I only started with $10. So you know, $10 is not too bad. It's not too shabby, I don't think. So, I started off with $10, and I have $7.50 left, which is really good because that means that in my miscellaneous, I only spent $2.50, and it leaves me with $7.50. So I'm going to set that aside. So now, what do I have left from last week? I have $3.05. I have $6.80. And I have $2.50. So I have $12.35 left over, which means that I have $125 here that I had already budgeted for cash stuffing, but I also have an additional $12.35 that I can cash stuff this week that I didn't have last week. Or I can take this $12.35 and play savings challenges with it. Particularly coin savings challenges are the best ones. I think when you're first starting out, I would just go with coin savings challenges because they're the ones that are the easiest to do when you have a very small budget to work with. But in this case, what I'm decided I'm going to do is I'm going to take the $10 extra that I have, and I'm going to put this right here because I am going to cash stuff that money. But all of this coin, I'm just going to set that money aside, and I'm going to put it in a coin jar, and I'm going to let that money build because, you know, I don't actually need that money for anything. It's not budgeted for anything. I haven't counted it for anything, so I don't need that money. So I'm just going to set it aside and let it build in a coin jar. I'm going to keep track of it, of course. I'm going to probably do a penny challenge or a nickel nest egg or something like that, but I'm going to account for that money elsewhere, but it's not going back into my budget, okay? What is going back into my budget, not my budget, sorry, my binders, is $10 because I have $10 extra. And if you remember, I also have $5 extra because I over budgeted $5 each week for cash stuffing. So I actually have an extra $15 this week that I'm able to cash stuff somewhere. So now you can take that money and you could put it on your debt. So your debt payment is not $50. It would be now $65. Or you could take this $15 and use it as extra savings. You could put it in your emergency fund. You can put it anywhere you want because it's unbudgeted money. It's just extra money that you didn't spend. So because you didn't spend it, you have it left over. Now you started off with $50. So imagine if you didn't spend $13.20 on takeout food. You would have $20 left over from fast food. And if you didn't spend $16.95 in spending, if you didn't spend all of that money, you would have $20 left over there. And if you didn't spend $2.50 from your miscellaneous, you would have $10 left there, which means that at the end of the week, you would have had $50 whole extra to cash stuff this week. That's unbudgeted money. This is where the savings happens, is right here. You can budget money for savings, but the big money comes from here, from what you don't spend. Just because you have it doesn't mean you have to spend it. That being said, let's cash stuff, okay? So I am now working into week 2 for my cash stuffing. So first and foremost, I need to restuff my envelopes. So my miscellaneous is getting $10. Let's get rid of that. My fast food or dine out is getting $20. And I'm just going to put a 20 because I didn't have enough 5s. My shopping or spending is going to get $20. And then this is going to get safely tucked away into my purse for the next week coming. All right, let me just set that aside and get it out of the way. And then now we're going to cash stuff. So this week, my pets are getting $20. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So now my pets have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, $40, which means that if they need food this week, no problem. I got that covered and I don't have to dip into money anywhere. I don't need to put it on my credit card. I have it. Clothing. So unless I need a pair of socks, what I have in here is not going to do a whole lot of good for me, but I'm going to go ahead and put $10 into clothing. Why do I only have $5 in here? I think I ripped myself off last week. Okay, so entertainment. So this is going to be fun money. Oh, you know why? Because I put that extra money in pets. And I think, right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Oh, no, I messed up already. I've only just begun. So it would appear I gave myself $20 last week for money for pets, but I should have only given myself, no, I budgeted 40, so I give 20, but clothing, I should have given myself 10, but I only gave myself 5. So I need to give myself 5 more for clothing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I don't know. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's what I had budgeted for. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure for fun 40. Oh, it's 2025. That's why. I just wrote down the wrong thing. Okay, I was right. I thought it was only 5 for clothing. Okay, so all of that, and it wasn't a mistake. So I'm going to put this back. And clothing should only have $10 now. So 5 last week, 5 this week. There. I was wondering, I was like, how did my budget work out? All right, so entertainment. So this is going to be my fun money is going to get $20. This pay period, sorry, this week. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So it now has $40. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So you see how quickly it adds up. It adds up very quickly. I mean, you can do a lot for fun with $40. So gifts. So this is now going to be our Christmas budget. So we have $10 in there. We're adding $10 to it. So it now has $20. Emergency fund, I'm going to be adding $5 to it. It was sitting at $5, so it now has $10. Pet vet. So pet vet is currently sitting at $10. It gets $5, so it now has $15. And then my home has $5. It's going to get $5, so it now has $10. But I also have this. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to decide which places I most need that money. So I only have 4 savings going, like long-term savings funds. By priority for me, it would be pets. So I'm going to give pets another $10. And then next, because I know that for Christmas, I've already budgeted $500. And as long as I put in the $10 every single week, I'm going to have my $500 by the end of the year. So I don't need to put extra in that one. So I'm going to put it here. So I'm going to take that extra $5 and I'm going to put it in my emergency fund. So now in my savings in total, I have in gifts, $20. In emergency fund, look at the mess of that 5. That's okay. I'm taking it out right away anyway. In emergency fund, I have $15. So a little bit more than what I had planned on having, which is good. Pet vet. And this is where it's really adding up. I have 5, 10, 15, 20, $25 after just 2 weeks. I have $25 in there. And then my home savings, I have $10. And that is how you cash stuff. That's it. So for me, 2 things. The $15. If you really want to play savings challenges are a great way to save money for things that are important to you, but you just don't have enough money in your budget to justify saving for it. If you're just using leftover monies that you have laying around, or leftover monies that you haven't spent. So in this case, we'll pretend I didn't stuff that $15. And now I'm going to take all the small coin out of here and I'm going to put that in some sort of a coin challenge. But my coin, my bigger coin, so I have 2, 3, 4, 5, plus I had $15. So that would be $20. So now I could have an envelope, or sorry, a binder that looks more like this. So this binder is the things that I really, really want down the road that I just can't justify saving $5 every week for these, because it would just be too much money. I don't have enough money because I only make $2,000 a month and my monthly expenses are, what was it? I can't remember, $2,000 a month, and my monthly expenses are, I believe it was $940 or $1,040, something like that. So I just don't have enough money left over every single month to justify putting $5 in each of these 10 envelopes, because that's $50. Nobody has that kind of money, or at least I certainly don't, not in this budget. But what I did have left over was $20, which means that in my 10 envelopes, I could put $2 in each envelope, which means I would have $2 in my future savings extra. I would have an extra $2 in my credit card payment, which means that once this is full, I would be making an extra credit card payment. I could have an extra $2 in a new car fund. I could have an extra $2 in New York, cruise, Disney savings. There's so many different things that you could save for. Very small, very tiny, tiny amounts. Like you can see, I've put $1 in each of these so far. Now that would be $3 in each of these after just 1 week. So that's how easily it adds up and how quickly it adds up. So that is how I cash stuff, sort of. If I had $1,000 and I didn't have an Etsy shop and I didn't have a YouTube channel and I had $1,000 bi-weekly, and my bills were the bills that I showed you, which is $470 bi-weekly. With my $530 that I have left, this is what I would do with my money and how I would divide it up. So you don't have to follow it word for word. You don't have to do it by the script, but you can take the concept of what you've seen in this and the previous video, adjust the numbers, adjust the names, do the things that you need to do to make the budget work for you, and start. Just start. Believe me, even if you have to start smaller, even if all you have to cash stuff is $20, then pick 4 envelopes and put 5 in each and just go with it and see what you can manage after 2 months or 3 months or 4 months. You'd be so surprised how quickly that money adds up. So I hope that these 2 videos helped somebody. I hope that there's somebody who wants to know how to do this and has come on here and seen these videos, and in some way it's helped somebody with cash stuffing. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. And in case you didn't know, I upload videos 3 times, sometimes 4 times a week, and I will be back on Saturday with another video. Bye, everybody.